Seafair today, right? So.
Are you going now or what?
No, but I got great seats. Once in a while, I see planes scaring the crap out of me, man. One time, I saw one going down. I'm like, whoa, that's not a ride out, to be honest. So, 4 good days, really is. We haven't had back-to-back practices ever, because this spring we went every other day. And, so putting back-to-back was the first challenge, then stacking 3 and then stacking 4. And I'm very confident that we stacked a strong 3. And today was a really solid practice. But, the thing I challenge the guys with is to have that killer instinct, okay? And challenge them, when they're tired, how they responded, whether it be in the execution, just in the toughness. And, we're not there yet, but that's what practice is for, and that's what the next month's for.
You had a lot of long ones in those first 3 days, a lot of long touchdown passes. Mm-hmm. Today it seemed like maybe the defense kind of pushed back a little bit on these guys. Is that true?
I think is what happens is you got the offense installing every day, and then you got the defense installing every day. And some days it matches up to where the looks you're getting tell the read to go to a certain guy, and some days it's deep, and some days it's short. And so it's sometimes how the practices match up with the installs. We'll get into some red zone and things like that in the next couple of days. When you get to game planning, you make sure you have those shots in the game plan, that you have ways to manufacture those shots. Right now, we're just trying to install again the offense for really the 3rd or 4th time when you count the spring, the summer, a couple times, and then also now in the fall.
Is that why you stopped short of the red zone?
Yeah.
The final team?
Yeah. In fact, getting inside the 15, probably a little bit iffy, but definitely inside the 8, 9 yard line. We just, we aren't going to play when we get inside there right now. We don't have those packages in.
Looking at film, is there a couple guys that maybe flashed it, maybe surprising you a little bit?
I think it's the guys that you would, you feel and expect, and that I know Giles had another good day today after having a big day. Practice 1, that would be a great example of the ball going to certain guys. Practice 1, the install changing, the matchups changing, and 2 and 3 maybe it goes to other guys. But he made a really nice catch along the sideline on a back shoulder throw. That's something I feel like we've gotten better at the last couple days offensively. But the guy at Devon just seems like the ball either is finding him or he's finding the ball, however you want to look at it. And the thing about it, other than one that went right through, I think, hands of one of our defenders there in the last couple periods, they have made the play defensively and gotten their hands on it and finished the play with the interception rather than those woulda, coulda, shouldas, and that's great to see.
You mentioned Devon. What's the opportunity like there, where it seems like you're pretty confident in Mish and also Perryman, but Devon's pushing, Elijah Jackson's a good-looking kid. What's the opportunity like there at cornerback right now?
It's first of all, for us, it's really important that they're making those strides and doing those things. And, I think the opportunity, it is there. Mish and Jordan certainly are the guys that are out there. And they're durable and they're strong guys, confident guys. And so, they're running with the ones predominantly. But we got to have that next group of guys that's pushing them, right, but also just ready to go.
You mentioned this at Media Day, but Amber Bunch moving into a role with you guys with NIL with football. What does she bring to the table, and how do you kind of describe that role?
Well, it's director of football NIL strategy, and that's there for number one, education purposes, but there's limits on what she can do as far as, she can't necessarily go out and just seek, and, we can't do that from our end as far as a negotiator, set up opportunities for the guys, but certainly helping them with their brand and helping them, inside out. And that's not just for NIL, it's just, their brand in general that she can be a part of helping them with. So it's a great resource for our guys on top of the other things that are becoming stronger and stronger around our program with NIL.
You guys just taking it easy with Jackson today after he came off yesterday?
Yeah, I think his body's not used to the wear and tear, the grind with the physicality and things like that. So just easing into it and making sure we don't do anything. If he's a little bit sore in an area, we're going to make sure we take precaution, and let him work through it.
You've had some officials out here, but the one thing that I've noticed, we haven't seen a lot of flags. Talk about that a little bit?
Yesterday there was a few. I think there was 6 between the two sides, which I guess in the end isn't a lot. Today we had 4. They're there a lot of times for the pass interferences, and that's what most of them probably were in between one-on-ones. And that's where the guys, I saw the first couple of practices, we didn't have them out here. There's a little more holding. The officials get out here, and it kind of slows that down. So it's just good, and they see things, and we moved the ball, and we had unfortunately we had an unsportsmanlike. And that changed the outcome because there was an interception by the defense, and those are great learning moments that the officials can provide because they have more eyes and they're doing what they're supposed to do, and that changed it for the offense. It went from interception to a drive that ended up in a touchdown for the O.
You mentioned the holding and stuff, and Jordan Perryman and Odunze, when they seem to go at it, it's something you just got to watch.
Yeah.
They really get after each other. What are you seeing?
Yeah, it's a fine line between physicality and holding, and it's fun watching those guys battle. And that's the trick is the officials, how do they want to know how you want to call it. So call it like you would in a game. That's what you want. I don't want you to call it extra tight just to prove a point. Call it like it wouldn't be a game. So when we get to the film, we know we got to clean up.
Is there becoming some separation amongst the running backs? We see some of them run a lot more than the others. And we finally saw Javian Sunday on the big field here for the first time. What's happening with that group?
I think first and foremost, we wanted to get the guys we hadn't seen a lot of reps. I think that was first and foremost. So they got a few more. I told the guys, like Aaron Dumas and Sunday back in May, said, hey, we got to see you guys a lot, and now that we're in a few practices, those guys are getting more of their reps and balancing out again. And those reps are not just to show us what you can do, but also, get a Sam Adams and get Wayne, get those guys caught up to speed on the reps they need to truly, be in there and run the offense. Those mental reps are important, but the reps when you're actually on the field,
and
those
you're
are a
probably
little different.
You're probably finding out who can block and who can catch too, right?
Yeah.
And that's pretty important to winning that job, winning one of the jobs, I guess.
Absolutely, no question. You got to be diverse, but you got to do those things in particular. That's the name of the game.
What have you seen from ZTF in this first week?
He's been great. Pads off, he's almost impossible to block just because he's so slippery and the surface area is so little to get a hold of him. And so practice too, he was in the backfield every play. And then the last 2 practices, he's maintained that high level. He's a problem. You'd have to have an answer for him, I know for sure. If you're going against him, you can't just let a tackle block one-on-one or whatever the matchup is. So he's been doing great. He's got a mindset. He's an attacking mindset. He's really smart. Sitting in the meetings and hearing him. He not just only is a guy that makes plays physically. He knows what's going on, and whether it be scheme-wise and just fundamental-wise, he's really working to become an elite player.
As good as Mike and Dylan looked in that final team period, moving the ball down the field, as an offensive guy at heart, did you feel like today may have, and of course you look at the tape, but did it feel like maybe some missed opportunities out there?
Yeah, I'm the head coach. I know that I get slated to the offense, but man, I'm rooting for both sides. And you want those. A couple practices ago, we had turnover by the defense, so you're excited for them. And then you had a home run by the offense. Getting to your question, I think so today we had a huge session where it was blitz, right? It was blitz pickup, making those plays. First time we've had it where it's just really focused on that period. And I think everything's always sped up, right? Because the quarterbacks go a little faster, and we're trying to get guys into windows, and they got to have that urgency, and they got to win. But I think there was missed opportunities, but I think that's pretty typical when the pressure's coming, especially, when it was that tenacious. That was the goal and objective, is to bring some smoke, and offense has to pick it up and try to execute.
Was that period where Sam got hit? Because that looked dangerous.
Yeah, I think that's the one. There was a corner blitz, and the tailback needs to anchor down a little bit more, and kind of got a good nudge into Sam. So thank goodness Sam popped right back up.
you're behind the quarterbacks quite a bit. I notice out there. So at times, I'm sure you're looking at what the quarterbacks are looking at.
Yeah.
You know, there's been some interceptions out there, but how's the decision making, and where are they with that? Just throwing the ball to the right place right now.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think a lot of it now is just timing. What we really want them to have, and some of them, I mean, they do a pretty good job of it. They got that clock in their head, right? And if receiver's not in that window when they're supposed to be there, if it's one hitch or two hitch, the goal is obviously you got to complete it. But right now, there's just sometimes we're not getting there when we need to get there, and that's when we go back and we watch on film and work with the receivers. And there's a couple times I saw guys slip today. A couple route runners slip, one tight end, maybe a receiver, and if the quarterback's throwing on time, it's going to look ugly because the guy's on the ground and the ball's airmailed, and that's what we got to clean up. Is there's got to be this trust where the quarterback's not worried about, is he going to slip? Is he going to get to the spot on time? And he's not clutching it. We want him to be able to cut it loose with the timing he's supposed to have. Now, I understand there's press and things like that change what the timing might be, but our quarterbacks are doing a pretty good job getting it where they're supposed to be.
Coach, I know it's only 4 practices in, but knowing that you might have some scholarships available, have you thought at all about any of the walk-ons, or can you give it any thought at all?
Yeah, we're always thinking about that, and you want to reward those guys, and you want that to be a part of your program, is where when you come in as a walk-on, if you work and you get to the level where you're making a huge impact in our program, you get rewarded.
When would you make a decision on
Really, we can do it. The school doesn't start for quite a while yet, and so, we can do that when we feel at the moment's right,
Awesome.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks.